Today is Wednesday, the first day of June 2022, and I am George Wenner, and I am here at the historic Antigua Recreation Grounds here in St. John's, Antigua. Now, this venue is known internationally for being the home of party cricket. Here is where it's all started. And there's a reason why I'm here today at the ARG. Stay tuned and I'll tell you of the happenings. But this is the historic Antigua Recreation Grounds, where lots of records were made right here in the middle of the square in this dirt. Well, what should I say? What should I say? It's not dirt anymore, as you can see. It's sand. And this is the state of the ARG at the moment. And we're here to take you at the back of the double-decker stand in the concessions area. This is what the government has allowed the world-famous ARG to deteriorate into. And so we're here to take you to the concessions area of the world-famous double-decker stand at the ARG. And there are some serious happenings. And so we will let you know what has happened and what is happening here. So this is the challenge here at the ARG. We have quite a few vendors, booth operators, who are operating the booth here at ARG. And the authorities have given them notice to move. And there's to move from in the ARG here, just next door. As we speak, we see more patrons coming in to get their food, the food vendors. And they're to move from here to these little booths next door. Coronation Road, Her Majesty's Prison. The traffic is tight. And they're to move to these little booths across here. However, the concern is that these booths are much smaller in size than the current space they presently occupy. So the government has made arrangements for the food vendors to come to this little area just next door to the ARG, with restroom facilities and booths for the food vendors. However, from what we're hearing is that communications have broken down. Communications are not fluid and constant, and so the food vendors are waiting to hear what the challenge is. The food vendors are waiting to hear what are the plans of the authorities in this regard. So the story at the ARG is the vendors who occupy the space below the old double-decker, they were given by today the deadline, the 1st of June, to move. And as you can see, they're making provisions to move, and they have to move out of these premises to the place next door, because by the weekend, the heavy duty equipment is going to come in and demolish this. Now, as we understand it, real news, we understand it, is that Winston Williams is in charge of this operation, and he's not, has not given any comfort to the booth operators. The government, under the management of Winston Williams, should have been providing a truck to facilitate the vendors to move next door. However, next door, as you can see, the workmen, they're removing their security shutters. They're removing their shutters because next door there are no such comforts. But next door, as we can see here next door, there is no water connections. So here it is that we have vendors and individuals who are preparing food, no water connections next door. So this will be a challenge for the vendors. That is a concern for the vendors. Nothing is being said as to what obtains just next door. No water connections, you know, we're in a drought situation and the irregularity with the frequency of water. And so as this vendor at least prepares to move, others are preparing to move as well. No word from the government under the management of Winston Williams, who is managing this operation. No word of comfort, and we await to see what obtains. George Wenner reporting live from the historic Antigua Recreation Ground here in St. John's, Antigua.